India's National Security Advisor Shiv Shankar Menon is to visit Sri Lanka at the end of this month.
According to the Hindu newspaper, the visit is a follow-up to the United Nations Human Rights Council vote against Sri Lanka at the last session. The Hindu newspaper also revealed that President Mahinda Rajapaksa, who is currently in Brazil to participate in the Rio Plus20 meeting, is to meet Indian Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh on the sidelines of the meeting. Indian officials have stated that the Rio meeting between President Mahinda Rajapaksa and Indian Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh is not connected to the Indian National Security Advisor's visit to the country. Shiv Shankar Menon, who was incidentally a former Indian High Commissioner to Sri Lanka, last visited the country an year ago.
UNP parliamentarian Ravi Karunanayake met the Maldivian President Mohamed Wahid in the Maldives recently. The meeting took place at the Presidential Palace in Male.
In more local news, the Health Ministry is to carry out a dengue eradication program at all state institutions on Friday.
The ministry said that this decision was reached following a meeting between the Defence Secretary and Health Minister Maithripala Sirisena. The ministry stated that this program, covering all ministries, departments, boards and corporations, will be carried out by LAVE specialists, 3 armed forces and the police. The epidemiology unit stated that 12,165 dengue patients and 65 dengue-related deaths had been reported in the first 6 months of the year.
In other local news, the Sri Lanka Public Health Inspectors Association says that if solutions are not provided to their demands, including a uniform allowance, they would report sick in the future. They claim that the authorities have failed to fulfill the promises made to resolve their issues.
The minister on the 7th of this month said that the issues will be solved the following week and provided a written assurance from an additional secretary. So he temporarily suspended our trade union action. However, the minister failed to keep his word. We are disheartened by this. However, the Public Health Inspectors Association says that their trade union action will not hinder the dengue eradication program. We have not withdrawn from dengue eradication programs due to our trade union action. Therefore, we must very clearly inform the public that we have not suspended our duties. We will carry out our work. At a time when the dengue menace is on the rise, they may attempt to say that the PHIs are engaged in trade union action and that there is no one to carry out their duties.
The Global Fund Southeast Asia Region Constituency meeting was held in Colombo today under the auspices of Minister of Health Maithripala Sirisena. Representatives of 11 countries were present at the meeting.
The meeting was held to discuss recent reforms and management changes, including decisions taken at the 26th board meeting of the Global Fund.
Though the death rates due to TB have declined in the region, the disease is estimated to still claim about 500,000 lives each year. The HIV/AIDS situation burdens us as the second highest in the world. Malaria burden is estimated at 1.3 billion this year. Up to June, only 14 cases were reported, and Sri Lanka has embarked upon a malaria elimination program which will be intended to achieve by the year 2015. The initiatives and activities conducted by the Global Fund in Sri Lanka and other member nations have been of immense value. I am sure that this will contribute to a world free of the burden of AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria through investing the world's money efficiently.
Former Army Commander Sarath Fonseca called on the Archbishop of Colombo, His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjith, at the Archbishop's house in Colombo.
Archbishop of Colombo Malcolm Cardinal Ranjith warmly welcomed the former Army Commander. It is a pleasure to meet you.
We are very much grateful to you for all the support provided.
Now you had made a very valuable and courageous statement regarding politics in the country. So I bless you to achieve success. May God bless you. I myself on several occasions tried personally. I continuously held the stance that you should be released.
මම ප්‍රසිද්ධිය ප්‍රකාශ කරපු ආකාරයේ රටේ දේශපාලන සංස්කෘතිය වෙනස් කිරීමක්.
The Cardinal also accepted my statement, which is that it is essential to change the political culture in the country. The Cardinal has also accepted the fact that massive damage has been caused to the country over a long period of time due to the prevailing political culture. This political culture has to be changed and the country should be put on the correct track, and a people-friendly political culture that would ensure the safety of all ethnic groups is needed. The Cardinal said that a political culture should be created where the people of the country could decide upon the country's future and not leave it to one or two politicians.
දේශපාලන සංස්කෘතියක් අවශ්‍ය බව එතුමා ප්‍රකාශ කළා.
An awareness program on HIV/AIDS was organized by the Lanka Business Coalition on HIV/AIDS in Colombo yesterday.
The program titled HIV/AIDS Awareness in the Corporate Sector was hosted by AmCham and was sponsored by the ILO.
The estimation is that there are about 3,500 to 4,000 HIV positives living in this country. We have estimated 40,000 commercial sex workers are in this country. And we know that less than 1% of the people of these risk groups have got HIV. So our intervention, our national response, the prevention aims at keeping these people at that low level. In other words, we want to protect these high-risk groups from HIV. By protecting the high-risk groups, we are protecting the general population.
Good evening, you're with Sports First with me, Suwan Fernando. President of the Sri Lanka Rugby Football Union, Asanga Seneviratne, says that it is nearly impossible for honorary appointees to engage in full-time sports management. He made this statement during a media briefing in Colombo today.
As you know, we are all honorary appointees, and in today's world, people who are appointed to in an honorary capacity, trying to do full-time professional sport management is almost impossible. And I think it's very important that all administrators in the country understand that we are basically there to set out policy, to oversee what's happening, and to give the direction needed, not to run the affairs of sport. So to run the affairs, we need professional, capable people, and there's a lot of you acknowledges this, and we are very serious about taking rugby to the world stage, and that is the reason we have recruited people of the caliber of Mr. Simkin and Mr. Graining.
Thanks a lot, Suwan, for that sports update.
Well, that brings to an end tonight's edition of Primetime News live on News First. If you did miss out on any of the stories, you can simply log on to our website. That's www.newsfirst.lk. I'm Mahina Bongzo.
And I'm Shayan Silva. Good night.